YouTube, how we doing? Pass the prop back here yet again. We are Super Bowl recap, as well as possibly some NBA plays here today for a massive slate. We got a pretty loaded slate on the board for NBA. I think it's 11 games. So good spots today. Join as always. Stu, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I enjoyed yesterday. Super Bowl is fun. Obviously, like we said, kind of it's what you build up to all year. And, some people might not have liked it as much. I know, like, if you're more maybe casual fan or you're in for like the touchdowns and everything like that, it might not have been your cup of tea. I was texting my sister. I don't think she enjoyed it as much as, like it's kind of like not one of those games. But hey, I had a good time, made some money. Whole thing was good. So no complaints over here.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was good. I mean, it went the way we wanted it to, so I made quite a bit of money on the game yesterday. So I was happy about that. But yeah, I mean, it'd be more people that, like football and enjoy watching good football that are going to give you a little bit more, they're going to be a little more hype about what the game was.
Yeah, like if you were at like this for me was the first year that I didn't go to like a Super Bowl party or a big gathering. I was just chilling, right? I feel like if I was around a lot of other people, they would be like at halftime, like, oh, this game's boring. Or, you know what I mean? I feel like the vibe wouldn't be as hype. So I'm kind of glad that I was just chilling, hanging out because I did, like you said, I enjoyed the game. I had a lot of stuff, as we talked about on the show, just wrapped up with unders in general, the game going under, punts, all the above, everything. So actually seeing it start out like that was just like a big, like, okay, relief. We're not going to get Drake May out here looking like a legend because that would have killed everything for me. You know what I mean? So it's good to see the game flow, like you said, that we kind of predicted, we expected. And honestly, it was just a defensive heavyweight fight. Like Seattle, McDonald was awesome. Every positive thing that's been said about him is looking like it's true. And that guy, how old they say he is, like 38 or something 38. Like that. He's gonna be there for like until he retires. I mean, that guy, he's infinite job security. So if you're a Seattle fan, you got to be probably feeling pretty good about the future as well. You got a lot of talent, a lot of young guys under contract, and your coach kind of locked up. I assume they're locking up Darnold and just run this thing back. I bet they'll be last year when you bet that future, they were last in the division. That's not happening anymore. Definitely not the case in Seattle.
I think it's $1 or $2 off of what we got for them to win the division, for them to win a Super Bowl next year. Yeah. That's how big of a fucking switch that was. I also got to give shout outs to Schneider, the GM out there, the president, operations, all that stuff. He was the old guy for the Packers. He was with us for a long time. Obviously, when obviously Packers don't really have an owner, but he was in the front office with the Packers for a long time. It's really cool to see him out there. And dude, their fucking drafts have been insanity, bro. Like what they hit 10 out of 11, and I think the only one that missed, I think, was hurt. I don't even know if he's really that bad. So it's like Woolen in there. You got even Wari in there. Kenneth Walker, obviously, like. All those dudes, Charlie Cross, all those dudes in these last 3 or 4 years that they're grabbing has been just pretty ridiculous. So I'm got to give shout outs to that front office because I saw a recap of their last 4 years and it's like, shit.
Yeah. Murphy up the middle, absolute beast to tackle. Zabel on the offensive line with Cross. I mean, they were my highest graded draft this year with Zabel, Ibn Wari as the 1-2 punch. So I was obviously happy to see. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I'm not taking credit for all that, but it's just like you said, they've nailed it. They've drafted better than pretty much maybe everybody in the league.
I would say everybody. I don't think anybody's unless you're drafting the one overall, but it's
No, I think you're right. I think it's hard to beat that resume. And then, like you said, the GM remember, like the Geno trade when it first happened, people were a little like, oh, what's going to happen now? Like, who's going to be the quarterback here? And bringing in Darnold, that could have been seen as a risk. I'm curious. I bet the Twitter timeline was pretty 50-50 when that happened. So it was a bit of a risky move, but it paid off. And now they're in the freaking Super Bowl. So love to see it. It's a new team. Obviously Seattle in the Legion of Boom era has done that, but this is a fully new squad of separate players that, were on that stage for the first time. A lot of people appeal to experience with McDaniel over there and Vrabel. everyone's coming at May for being a fraudulent MVP candidate. He didn't even win the award. How about McDaniel having 2 weeks and that's the best he could come up with against this? I mean, like, really, assistant coach of the year? I don't know about that. First you get Brady, then you get May. Like, I feel like this guy's kind of, when he's gone on his own and he hasn't been able to cheat, he's been awful. So, it's interesting. I feel like it was kind of showing some stuff that we talked about a little earlier, Vrabel. I don't think you can really blame him for this. I don't know what he could have done better. Yeah, but it's like he's a motivator. You know what I mean? He's not a schemer. Freaking McDonald called every defensive play of that game. He is the defensive play caller, right? I mean, that's a clear value add there. So, it was a good matchup, but I think McDonald showed, hey, who is the true defensive, or who is the true coach of the year this year?
Yeah, and then I put my nuts out there. We put our nuts out there for Mike McDonald at the beginning of the year, man. So I'm happy to see that. I believe they said he is the first defensive play calling head coach to win Super Bowl. So that's pretty cool to start seeing that. But yeah, dude, I told everybody at the show last week, right? Everybody was trying to sell me all this Drake May shit. I'm like, get that shit out of my booth, bro. We ain't touching that. I'm like, they're going to get ran out of the gym, bro. So feeling fucking great. I feel bad for my buddy who I told them. I'm like, bro, don't fucking buy anything Patriots, bro. Don't fucking do it. I had him on the money line. We obviously had him with the dog shit heavyweight from last week. So that cash on too. So the money is flowing in if you're a Seattle backer, underbacker. But he bought like a fucking really nice gold, like a couple $1,000 Drake May card. And like, obviously he gets there. And you get a nice little, probably 20-30% boost, but that card's probably fucking a couple $1,000 cheaper now. With how bad that was.
The good news is that that's a long buy. Drake May's got plenty.
Yeah, but you're not buying it for a short. You're not buying it for the long. If you're throwing that much cash right up front like that, you're buying it for the quick flip because you want the cash right back in to do it. Like that's kind of how you'd buy it. You wouldn't buy it at peak price right now unless you're trying to dump it right away.
Sure, but now you got to hold it. I mean, you're not going to sell for less. May's young as hell. The only reason he wasn't MVP this year is because a lot of the voters think he's going to be in contention to do it again. Like, you got plenty of time. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, I know maybe not to this guy's specific situation. I don't know why he's buying high out here on people or whatever. But I'm just saying, Drake May is a young quarterback with a lot of time to get back to the highest level, But, hey, it was good to see the Patriots get their ass kicked as well. I enjoyed that from a historical standpoint. We've seen them do that to plenty of teams in a past era. So,
yeah, dude, I think it's funny too because we kept saying it was going to get fraud checked at some point, and it just happened to be on the biggest stage in football with everybody watching on there. But yeah, that defense was nice. Obviously, we talked about sacks on the show. We hit that. I ended up taking that 6 for plus money, and we ended up getting that. It sucked. I had a couple guys do the ladder on the team sacks and everything, but they took that last one away, which sucked because they turned it into a pick and not a sack fumble, which sucked if you had that as a long shot. But hey, they got the job done, and we got the sacks. Drake May ended up hitting my carries thing on that last drive. He ended up getting all my yards, so ended up feeling pretty good about that outside of the JSN portion.
Yeah, no, I mean. Agreed. Like kind of went as planned in a lot of ways. The sacks were there. And honestly, once again, people are shitting on Darnold. I'm not in that bucket. I was very impressed with what Sam Darnold did because the New England defense was bringing heat. They, like we said, they blitzed at about like a 44% rate in the postseason. In the first half last week, they blitzed at like a 70% rate in the Super Bowl, or yesterday. I mean, like that's crazy. They were sending the house, and he was staying composed. He was avoiding sacks, avoiding free rushers, and he did a good job of avoiding those negative plays, right? Not turning the ball over, playing it safe. And I was very impressed by that performance as well, keeping, sustaining drives, keeping it alive. I thought that was a high note. And once again, I thought the New England defense played better than they're getting credit for. I think Christian Gonzalez showed that he's one of the 3 best corners in football. I don't know who you're taking over him confidently besides Patrick Surtain in terms of what he was able to do, stay stride for stride with guys like JSN and then Shaheed on that deep ball. Not getting beaten man pretty much all year. Like, man, Gonzalez is a fucking beast out there, and he showed it. I mean, multiple pass breakups as well. As someone that had MVP for him, I was hoping, hey, if we get a pick six or something, because both him and Marcus Jones like jumped those early passes, and they almost got to those interceptions, but unfortunately they couldn't force anything after Walker got it going a little bit. They didn't force as many pass attempts, and they kind of just couldn't get any momentum after that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough sledding for both. I think, dude, I looked at May's stats at the end of the game, and if you didn't watch the game, they're not even that bad. But watching the game, it was fucking horrible, dude. Oh my god! Like
they garbage time, like got a couple. Stephon got himself up from like one catch, which would have been his true like line. Pop Douglas went from like 3 to like 5 or something. Like a lot of dudes were definitely garbage time. Henderson, he fucked my bet, but he cashed a lot of people's receiving on that last little play of the game. So they definitely boosted those stats, Blake Bortles style.
Yeah, how did I know you had some novelty ones. I had a couple novelty. I had a decent sized one on the first downs, and I thought I was like, dude, I counted my money at halftime, bro, because it was only like 14, and then it only hit by 1 or 2. It only hit by 2 because all that garbage time shit. And I was like, am I really gonna lose this bet? Am I really? And then luckily they threw enough picks and had enough turnovers. So I'm like, okay, oh god, that was a lot scarier than it needed to be.
Yeah, no, I had like the sack before touchdown stuff that ended up cashing. What else was there? Obviously, I was with you on that one. Oh, and I had punts. Punts cashed in the first half as well. That was nice. That was good to see. I mean, the only thing is I think I had a bad bet, by the way. I had Patriots to have the longest punt of the game, right? Because I'm thinking Patriots will probably have worse field position and the better, or like, yeah, just more punts, like more punts and worse field position. That Seattle punter is a fucking beast, dude. He's a weapon. I was like, oh, as soon as they were hyping him up before, and then he kicked that first one, I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, I don't know if I'm winning these, but hey, over punts was the biggest one, and both teams pretty much crushed it.
Yeah. Shout out to you for messaging me like 30 minutes before with the Cooper Cup stuff. I did end up throwing like 3 or 4 different Cooper Cup bets. Got the mini ladder up there to 6, so that was nice. I'm pissed because I thought I was going to lose it because he dropped that one ball. I thought he caught it. I don't know how that one was. But can't switch it. You can't switch it on the field and all that. But let's go through a quick recap of our show plays. And we can give you a final number. I know we didn't end the year as hot as we got in the middle of the year, but still 17.1 units profit on the year. I'll start us off with the L here. Drake May obviously got the job done. JSN 6 catches. I was going to anchor to a lot of stuff. Thank God I didn't. I had him only in 2 plays. One of them I had actually fading him, which was my one I actually won on the show, which is funny. But Drake May ended up getting it done. Carey's got it done. I kind of mentioned that on the show as well. Felt pretty good about that one with Drake May getting like 40 yards on the last 2 drives for no particular reason. But, hey, we get it done there. But JSN getting hurt and then them just kind of fucking dog walking these dudes was tough.
Yeah, JSN went down for like a lot of the passing downs, essentially. Like those couple of drives after that, once he came back, like the goal was just don't turn the ball over at that point, and they win the game, until the Patriots can prove anything. So they just didn't end up throwing it once JSN was back and healthy. But yeah, them not using his legs was a bummer too. It's like the dude is shaking right now. His fucking rookie offensive linemen are getting cooked. How about we call a rollout? How about we get a moving pocket? How about we do a designed run? Like, I get the shoulder might have been holding him back a little bit. I don't want to like give him that full excuse, everyone's banged up at this time of the year, but like it's the Super Bowl, like you got to get a little creative, and there was no design runs. I mean, he had a true scramble early. I think he had a scramble in the second quarter. And then, like you said, nothing else really until not fully garbage time, but like pretty much garbage time.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a tough ask and I kind of felt bad for Campbell because like he's been struggling. Obviously, I know he came off like the knee injury or whatever, and now you're going to go up against 3 straight games of just fucking monsters, dude, just facing them. Yeah. But that's what you get paid for, man. That's what you get paid for, and you're going out as a left tackle. You get drafted top 10 in the draft. Like, that's what you're asked to do. But But yeah, you'd think that McDaniel would do something different. It was just the same shit. And I'm like, after 5 straight drives with 3 and outs, I'm like, damn, dude, these guys are going to get fucking wiped. So that one did miss. This one did cash.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. No sweat at all. Booty got locked the fuck down, just like we said he would. I mean, safety help over the top. And once again, May kept looking for those hero throws, and you're just not going to be able to do it when their safeties are back like that. Like, they're playing conservative. They're daring you to hit, Ramondre or whoever for 4 yards, and they're just keeping Booty 2-on-1 so that you can't complete those crazy miracle. They got one to Hollins or maybe even a couple to Hollins, but Hollins been way better against zone than Booty. Like, Booty wants the 1-on-1, and he just didn't get it. And a lot of people also hated on like Josh Jobe and stuff, and we're like, oh, we're going to get him targeted. Josh Jobe played great, and Josh Jobe has played great all year. So that's one of the things Seattle has going for him. Like, we are hyping up McDonald, and he does 100% deserve it. Seattle's biggest strength is that they have all good players on defense. Everyone is good. There is no weak link. There is no person to pick on. The perceived weaknesses, the tight end, the running backs, that is a part of their scheme. They want you to take those checkdowns because they're taking away deep plays. Like, there is no weakness on this team, and it's hard to beat a team like that. It's just flat out hard. So once again, kind of credit to the GM, everyone involved earlier, but like, these players are just fucking good. So we benefited from that. A guy like Puka Nacua, he goes out there, he can make anyone look silly. He's one of the best players in football. We didn't see that on the Patriots. They don't have a guy like that. You know what I mean? And I think that was obviously the difference maker. And that's the reason the Rams are the only team that has looked somewhat good against the Seahawks.
Yeah, you got 2 alphas fucking running that receiver. And you can't double them because the other guy's going to get it. And they run that 3 tight end set, which not any other team can do at least well, right? Yeah. So, that's what makes it tough. And, that's why both of them, I'm pretty sure both of them opened up as favorites. I think it's 900 and 950 for those 2 teams. Pretty much whoever makes it out, right? I mean, it's whoever makes it out of that.
Too. It's what it should be, Yeah.
Like, I fully. Yeah, there's no value on either of them because they're both, like, it's just head to head, bro. I mean, honestly. Yeah. Let's take a peek at the other 2 bets from our fun show with our 2 cross bets.
Yeah, this was a bummer just because both of them sucked, right? And I thought that was kind of within the realm, but Cat ended with 11, Patriots ended with 13, so we did not get it, unfortunately. I didn't watch the Knicks game, so I have no clue what happened there. But, Patriots didn't score much. That's what we were betting on, just didn't get it right here, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, the Knicks were fully healthy in this game. They really haven't been throughout the season. Where they've been, get all 5 of those guys in with Hart, Brunson, OG, all those guys were playing, which they've been kind of hit or miss, and then they ended up just kind of running over them. They kind of beat the crap out of them. I think Towns only played, 28 minutes? So
yeah,
obviously he's a lot more than that usually. But, hey, we get Ohio State. Ohio State more threes than JSN catches. I think they end up with 8 threes in that game. I was Texas too. I'm like, damn, that was a good first half. I think they hit 6 in the first half, only 2 in the second half, and they got absolutely walked out of that gym. Michigan just fucking wailed on them in the second half. Shout out to Ohio State for keeping the close in the first half. I had first half over as a free play bet. And that one obviously we were good, but shout out to Ohio State for even in a horrible showing putting up some threes.
Yeah, no, I did not watch the game, but I'm glad we got some money out of it. That's all that matters. So we'll take it.
Yeah, so we go 2-2, get a little juice losing from I think we had 17-7 before, but we finish out the season 55%. This is not obviously counting all the long shots in that spot there. But 55% on straight plays. Obviously, we did hit a couple long shots throughout the year, which really helps us out. But 17.2 units for free here on the channel. On the show, continue to be free bets on all of these. So happy if you were able to tail everything and cash with us. But how much would that look nicer if we got a little Jason Myers MVP ticket, bro?
Yeah, and hey, I did hit Barner, by the way. You asked me for a long shot on the show. I hit Barner, so anytime touchdown. Shout out to him if anyone was listening for that. But obviously, Barner, what was he live? I think you sent me a halftime 15-1 or something, and then I don't
Myers?
know. Yeah, if it probably
Myers got down to 5-1.
Yeah.
It was Myers, and then Kenneth Walker got to minus 150. Myers was 5-1, obviously until the thing. So
yeah, I mean, it was interesting. We were texting back and forth. Just during the game back and forth, and it was interesting because obviously you deserve the credit for the call because Myers went over his numbers. He got within the realm of
I know he didn't win, but I'll take that. He was literally second in odds for a full quarter and a half at over 100-1.
Yeah, no, 100%. You got anytime. I only it's one of those that now that I've been using like Kalshi and stuff like that more. I wish I bought some on there so I could have just sold it like halfway through the game and been like, that's good enough for me, But or I don't know if they probably don't do like a live cash out for something like that either. I would bet they don't. But yeah, I mean, it was close, obviously. There was a chance he was going to get it. We were talking a little before the show. I personally, if you asked me who the MVP was, I would have voted for 4 people before I would have voted for Jason Myers. I don't think he would have made my ticket at all. He went out there, he did his job, and obviously you got to give him credit for that. But I do think if you replaced him with who's like a low end kicker, like Jake Moody.
The Packers kicker ain't making
is making most of those kicks. They're winning this game easily. I don't know. It's just for me, Kenneth Walker was good against a really good rush defense in this game. And then on the back end, Witherspoon had a fantastic game. Obviously one of the better secondary games of the year. And then the fucking defensive lineman, their rotational edge, Hall, 2 sacks, forced fumble. For me, in terms of people that, were game breakers in this game, I don't think Jason Myers, especially because like we said on the show in general, a kicker winning MVP is just embarrassing for the league. Nobody wants that. The voters don't want it. The players don't want it. Kenneth Walker got over 100. We were texting. He needed a fumble. I think a fumble might have got you back. A fumble and then a Patriots touchdown. Then you're like, oh shit, Kenneth Walker. That's why we use Charbonnet. Then the narrative starts to switch. But all they had to do was just not lose, and not fumble. And unfortunately, they took it away. But hey, as someone that also donated on some 150-1, Christian Gonzalez, Marcus Jones, you got a lot fucking closer than I did. You got a real sweat out of it. So you obviously, and you got the kicker props as well that you were talking on the show. So, shout out to you. I made fun of the bet, but obviously you were on the closer side than I was. That's for sure.
Yeah, it did help because I put 20. I think I put $10 on it, so 0.1 units on a 120-1 bet. I did get to take a little. When I sent that to you, FanDuel was offering plus 150, so I got plus 150 on Kenneth Walker at halftime with a full unit. So, I mean, obviously, do I wish Jason Myers would have won it because I would have taken a fucking nice chunk of change home, but yeah, we still end up getting a little bit there. I had that as a hedge at halftime when they gave me still plus money on Kenneth Walker, which I thought was just fucking criminal. Why, the dude had 90 yards at half. I'm like, dude, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm. No, I had no clue. I bet it because you sent it to me. I put it in our Discord as well. So thank you. Because yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Because I'm like, they're gonna do and honestly, when I had Walker, even at the end when it looked like he was gonna win, I was still more worried that Sam Darnold would win it. Because they just always give it to the quarterback, and Sam Darnold has the underdog story, and he threw that 1 touchdown. So I was like, fuck, are they really gonna give it to Darnold? But I think Walker did enough. And I mean, with how much people were hyping this Patriots run defense as well before the game, the expectation versus reality, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think I had freaking first run of the game under 3.5. He breaks a fucking 11-yarder. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. It might be a long day, but it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, it sucked because the second run was 1 yard. And I'm like, I thought the guy on the outside was holding, but there was no fouls in that game. There was very limited penalties, which obviously that first half was very, very quick. But no, I think it honestly just came down to, for me, it was looking at these coaches and making decisions. And it's just you have 2 high-level coaches on Seattle fucking calling your plays and calling your defense. And it's Kubiak's going to go be fucking awesome, dude. I'm really hyped to see him. Obviously was a fan of his dad when he was at Houston. And I always liked Kubiak out there. So I'm super excited to see him with the new revamped, offense, right? I mean, you're going to have Mendoza and him with Genty, and hopefully they can draft some fucking linemen. My God. But, I mean, dude, this is a fucking if you're a Raiders fan, dude, you got to be, at least excited because I can say this pretty fairly, like, offensively, like weapons wise, what he was able to do with those weapons, like they're not, the Rams. Like they don't have just absolute monsters. He pretty much just made JSN into a fucking number one alpha, right? Obviously, I know a lot of it has to do with his skill and stuff, but he got so many generated targets on, where he's super open because it's obviously a lot of based on scheme as well. AJ Barner, who would have thought, bro? Like just really well done by Kubiak. Had to give him his flowers, and obviously I give Mike McDonald his flowers every time I'm on the show. So,
yeah, no, Barner, I've been thinking he's like budget Tucker Kraft, like we're just amazing blocker. What budget's harsh because I just mean he's not the same kind of receiver in terms of speed, but like Barner just does the dirty work. And then once he's done blocking, he can turn around and give you a 30-yard catch as well. And that's just not that common in the league. And as we're seeing more of these safeties that are hybrids and these big nickels and stuff, you're going to see less Dalton Kincaids, right? Less Evan Ingrams, because even once again, Dalton Kincaid, most efficient tight end in the league this year, he could only play 1/3 of the plays because he can't fucking block, So these guys that can do it both, that can kind of get in the weeds and block for you, they deserve all the credit in the world. And hey, this is coming from Darnell Washington, #1 fan. Buy on him next year, okay? We're getting back into the O-line / tight end packages, so definitely like that. And I did want to ask you, I got a couple of questions about this, or what, actually one more thing too. Genty, I'm not buying Genty in fantasy. I know the hype is there. They got no fucking offensive line. And hey, look what Kenneth Walker did when he got his chance. I'm just saying, Ashton Genty, get ready to learn Brian Robinson. Get ready to learn Kenneth Gainwell because they're bringing in another motherfucker and he's going to take your catches away until you learn how to pass block. So you better spend all summer learning how to pass block because anytime Kenneth Walker had a pass block, they said, get the fuck out the game. We do not care if it's Holani. We don't care if it's fucking Cam Akers. So I'm just saying, Ashton Genty's going to be sick, but they've got no offensive line. They got to add like 4 dudes to even make it somewhat good. So I've already drafted a couple best balls for next year because I'm insane and I wouldn't recommend doing it, but it's fun. I like to do it. But yeah, no Genty. Fade Genty. I would not fade, but I'd be careful.
Fade at his ADP.
Exactly. Because he's like top 12 already, like insanely high. And early down guy, limited touchdown upside on a bad offense. I don't know. But I was gonna ask you a quick question. First look at the board. Are there any Super Bowl winners for next year that stick out? Because I have one that I'm gonna bet. But I'm just curious if there's any team that you're like, who do you want to early get behind next season? That might be a little underrated.
I think can I do 2?
Yeah.
I think for sure at price point has to be the Chargers. I think for sure price point has to be because everybody just saw how fucking horrible they looked. But I mean, you're bringing in 2 fucking all-pro level offensive linemen to take up the worst position that they have, or at least at the end of the year. I think the Chargers would be up there. I'm also, I'm a homer. I'm going to take the Packers at 15-1. They're both the same price. I mean, again, 15-1 on both. Do I think the Lions should be the same price as the Packers? No, I don't think so. So I'm looking at the teams around it. The Chiefs are the same price as both of them. I would take both of them over the Chiefs. So just kind of looking at what they are looking at, what their price point is. I just wish they gave what. See, I get with Terrence here for sure, but like, they're the same price as the team who just won it and, beat the Rams. I mean, they should have beat them 3 times. I mean, honestly, they should have.
I see the vision with the Rams, but also everyone just got a year older, right? Devontae, Stafford, that whole squad just got a year older, and they ran pretty good in terms of injuries this year. Puka, who goes to the medical tent every game, didn't miss much time. Devontae missed a little, but was then back for the playoffs. Like, no, neither running back got hurt. Offensive line a little banged up, but back for the playoff. Like, they got the injury luck to go their way. And when you get older and older, it doesn't do that every year. But I do think the Rams either draft a corner early or pick up some corners. I think they add to their secondary, and they probably look pretty awesome next year, assuming, everything. But remember how scared we were to draft Stafford last year because he was going to a fucking chirogenic chamber or whatever for his back every week? Like, he's not getting any younger. That's the probably for betting a 900, not a 30-1. Okay. But 900, then you have to, I feel like I get a little bit more worried about that kind of stuff. And I think for me, it'll be easier to buy on some of these. By the way, my team was the Chargers as well. I'm betting the Chargers at 16-1. We're locking that. It just, like you said, that the play calling there as well now on offense with McDaniel, the offensive line back, like, I'm excited for that team. I'm 100% Ladd and Trey Harris in my 5 best ball drafts so far. I have both of them and all of them. So I'm going to keep buying Chargers offense next year. I'm hyped for that. Terrence actually just mentioned, I was looking at the Broncos, same division as well, 18-1. Very interesting. They probably would have just played in the Super Bowl if they had Bo Nix. I mean, let's be for real. If their quarterback didn't break his foot, they'd probably be in the Super Bowl. And that defense, they brought back their DC. Surtain, I mean, it's not going to change too much. So I'm not going to bet the Broncos probably. I want to see what they do free agency. My Jags, once again, like, why not run it back? I mean, same coaching staff. We lost a little bit, but we kept, I think they kept their DC too, actually. I think they might be fully back. So another year with Trevor in the system, add another weapon or two, get a little better on defense. The final one I'll mention, if they have a good draft, if they can get some free agent, maybe something on defense, I could see myself going down the board kind of far and going either Cowboys or Buccaneers as well as 2 teams. The problem with the Cowboys, though, I think that whole division is going to kill itself. Like, Eagles beat the Cowboys beat the, like, I think everyone's, even Dart now, I think Dart looks a little better next year, better system, more legit franchise. Like, I don't want to take anyone, like, I like the Cowboys, but I don't want to bet anyone in that division right now.
Yeah, dude, you already know I'm betting. I'm going to have like 9 Dak props preseason, so be ready for it. I'll be
with you. I'll be with you. I mean, after last year, how could you not, right? He did well for us, better than pretty much anyone else in football. So,
yeah, I don't mind that either. They just need to, get a couple defensive guys, shore that up. But your boy Logan Wilson will be there, I'm sure, just filling up gaps and stuff.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he's a free agent at this point. I don't know.
But no, my last thing I'll say about the NFL season, last thing I'll say is I came on here for our future show. Came on here and I said there's no way the value on this is not awesome because the Cardinals had better odds to win that division than the fucking Seattle Seahawks. Fast forward about 8 months, the Arizona Cardinals are projected the worst team in football next year.
Yep.
And the Super Bowl champs had less odds to win their fucking division. And I went on the show and fucking said it. I'm like, dude, there's no way they should be lower than the fucking Cardinals. Cardinals blow. The Cardinals and Dolphins are projected the 2 worst teams next year. And the Super Bowl champs just fucking won the whole fucking thing. And they smoked them too. So I had to get that in there as my wrap up on the season. That I don't know if I could have a better future call than that one when they literally gave that team that's horrendous fucking better odds than the Super Bowl champs. Hey, Vegas doesn't always know everything. So you find a little edge. I should have pulled the fucking trigger on them to win the whole thing. I didn't take anything else but just the division because it gave me good odds, but I have to find it next year.
I'm with you. And hey, I agree. Not much more to add on to that. Great season, a lot of fun, and hopefully we get another good one next year. But hey, we got some NBA in the meantime. We've got some MLB in the meantime. There's plenty of good stuff to bet on. If you've been here for a while, we've done pretty good in those sports as well. So hopefully stick with us. Yeah.
So we can for sure put that behind us here. The NFL season, 100 total bets on straight plays throughout the year. That's a lot of bets right there. Exactly 100, 17.2 units. Obviously, long shots not included in the actual record, but 55%, 17 units when we hit, quite a few long shots throughout. So super happy with how the year ended up. And next year we'll beat the quest for 20. Because, we've had a couple of really good years. I know last year we had 17.8 for basketball too. So it's going to be that was our last year basketball record on the show here as well. So excited to break it down again. I believe I will have one. You don't have anything today, right, Stu?
No, not right now. I have one guy I'll mention at the end, but they took him down. They took my guy down. Yeah,
last thing I'll do is I'm playing Jokic tonight. Rebounds, assists at 23.5. Yes, it is 23.5 at plus 100 on FanDuel right now. And honestly, this is like my favorite matchup. This could, I don't know if you could ask for a better matchup for a guy like Jokic, where you have a good defensive center in Jared Allen. Obviously, hopefully you're going to have to kick the ball out, have to run that high point, kick out for some threes. Jared Allen, one of the closest rebound proximities in the NBA. He's going to be standing right underneath there. He isn't shooting threes. And we don't have Mobley yet, so that actually makes it even more fun, right? Because there's going to be a ton of threes thrown up in this game. James Harden in there as well. Cooking, dude. He's actually looked really, really good. Obviously, more towards the assist numbers, but Jared Allen has really taken a step forward in that game. I saw 2 games with him. It's just that pick and roll, man, and what is perfect, absolutely perfect to run a pick and roll with Jared Allen, James Harden. It's really hard to find a better match there right away like that. I don't know if Jamal Murray is 100% playing either, so it might just be a full 35-minute show, 38-minute show from Jokic, coming off of being out for a pretty extended period of time. I know he was out for, I don't remember how long. I think it was a whole month. I think he missed almost every game in January. So he was out for 30 days. And this is his 5th game back, right? So he's had to go through OKC, he's had to go through Detroit, New York, right? I mean, he's had a tough spot there, but now you have a 239 total. You have a guy like Jokic who's, grabbing a ton of rebounds. He's 14, 14, and 15 over his last 3 games. You have a perfect matchup here, fast pace. They'll speed up Denver. Denver's usually a slower team, so we get to speed them up. And hopefully Cavs have a little bit of heavy legs, missing those outside shots, playing in altitude here. And if Jamal Murray misses, that's just even better. If not, I still like the spot because I think that other guys are going to have to make it happen because there's very few guys who can, play defense on Jokic. Obviously, none of them are going to shut him down or anything. But I think we're going to see a little bit more passing from him, more potential assists in this game for him. And sign me up for some Jokic. I think plus money on this is a good spot. If you want to play his triple-double, it's freaking minus 128 is the best price I'm seeing. So I'm like, okay, well, now I'm just going to hope he gets a couple extra because his rebounding has been so good. I'm seeing on DraftKings right now minus 130 for his triple-double. So you know how good he is. And I think that the minutes are just going to continue to tick up. They even let him play 45 in that double overtime game against the Knicks. So if that doesn't show you enough, I think it shows you that they're going to be a little bit more comfortable playing him in that 35, 36-minute range versus the 29, 33, that he played in his first couple games back.
Yeah, I agree. I see it too. You can get 22.5 at minus 115 on MGM and minus 130 on FanDuel. So there is some 22.
Did they just switch it?
There. I don't know. I didn't check before you put it up, but
yeah, I was just on FanDuel and it did have it at minus 130. And then right when we started the show, it switched to plus money. And then I just looked now and it did switch back. So that's where I was on FanDuel for that. So we'll take that.
Yeah, but everyone matters, so I figured it's good to get that extra point there. But yeah, no, I like the spot. Obviously, Allen, he keeps him closer to the rim for rebounding purposes because he's not stretching the floor. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not his job out there. So I'm with it, obviously. And even beyond the 40-plus minutes in that overtime, he also played 33 and pretty much a blowout against the Bulls. So it's like if he's playing in the non-important games too, I think he's back. So. Yeah, healthy Jokic in this matchup. I got no problems with it, obviously. I think that game should be pretty good, honestly, as well. I was thinking maybe Donovan Mitchell to score in that one could be pretty good. And honestly, I like the Cavs to win if Murray doesn't play, but I don't have a good vibe on if he's going to play or not.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of – it's like a hip, too. So it's
probably pain tolerance kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, I also got to put this out there, dude. Charlotte's only a 2-point dog tonight at home against Pistons, bro. That's a good basketball game, man. That's a good basketball game. Pistons, obviously number 1 in the East. Charlotte, hottest team, right? I mean, this is probably the hottest team in the league. So, yeah, definitely a spot that I would look at, too, for a fun game there. I will have to take my one quick CLV victory lap on the Celtics. I took them at 13-1 to win the fucking East. They're 4-1 now. So I did grab them when they were freaking horrible, and I'm hoping that they get because the Bucks aren't doing anything. I don't really give a shit anymore on who wins it now. I'm hoping for the tank off, but that's not going to happen because the Utah Jazz just tank better than everyone else, where they're winning by 10 going into the fourth quarter and sit everyone.
Oh, God. It was good to see some heat taken off the Wizards because everyone was getting mad at us for losing by like 30 to the Nets. And then instantly the Jazz benched their starters and get more hate. So I appreciate that. I was just saying this. We gotta start live betting this stuff at halftime for like Laurie and stuff. Like even pregame, I think Laurie unders are probably good because just how can you trust them to play him in clutch minutes? You know, like they're trying to lose the game. So I don't know. I'm just saying halftime Laurie, if his number gets all inflated, or a guy like on the Wizards, like Alex Sarr, right, who gets 6 rebounds in the first, they put that live at 12.5. Well, he's not playing the fourth quarter, so he's probably not getting 6-7 more rebounds. So I'm gonna start trying to do that like pretty consistently these next couple days, and we'll see if I have any success.
I will say I have done very well with betting Wizards games. I just take first half. I haven't taken anything in full game. Yesterday was the best thing I did. I took first quarter. Took the first quarter over, I think it was 60.5 against Miami. It was like 73. I took first quarter and first quarter and then the first half. And then the second half, they fucking lose by 30. And I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, thank God I'm not taking full games on a lot of these, but I know I get asked a lot, why do I take first halves? And it's like, dude, there's a lot of fucking reasons in these games. Because Utah today, I looked at that one too for first half. Total points is a lot lower than I expected at the 117 for the first half. Miami's one of the best first half teams in the NBA. I think they are number one in points per game scored in the first half, number one in first quarter. But it's like, how long do the Jazz play the guys? Now that they haven't gotten that much shit for benching guys the entire fourth quarter, maybe they'll bench them in the second quarter. You know, it's tough.
I would not be surprised. I could definitely see that. Definitely
frustrating. Let's get to the guy you were going to talk about.
Oh yeah, it's like they took him down on a lot of spots, but if you on FanDuel, Ben Suraf for the Nets is over 8.5 points and assists, and they ruled out Igor Demin, which means they only have that Traore guy who fucking sucks. They cut Cam Thomas, and they have no guards. So the thing is, this Ben Suraf guy also fucking sucks. Like he's not good. But the volume should be good. So this would have been my first official NBA bet of the year to Substack. But it's like not up. Like it's kind of on DraftKings boosted a little bit, but really FanDuel is the only spot that has it now. So I would take it over there. It's not really widely available, but I like this Ben Suraf guy to pick up some extra minutes. The Bulls have no real defense in their guard room. I mean, that's like Sexton off the bench just chucking up shots. Like they've got 40 guards and none of them are that good. So I'm not really worried about the matchup at all. It should be pretty solid. And yeah, Suraf had a couple 20-pointers in the G League. He shoots like 2 for 8 every time he gets volume. So he's not good, but I do think he'll get 8 shots. So for a guy that's at 5 points or 8 total points assists, he's going to be a ball handler. Like I would take that. But yeah, like I said, I'll be doing more NBA stuff. I'll be on Substack keeping that up. But I'm more like, you guys know me. I'm more in like the role player range. I want to bet on these random guys because he's going to get opportunity and he's bad. So that's why the line's low, but I think it wins more times than it doesn't, so excited to get a little bit more into that. But yeah, that's who I was looking at today.
Awesome. Well, I don't have any long shots. I don't have my boy Scotty Barnes on the slate. I take his double damn near every game at this point. That dude's just a fucking bucket machine, dude. I think he went like 22 and 16 last night for rebounds against that god-awful Pacers team. I feel bad with Zubac just getting shipped there and having to deal with that shit. So that sucks. But yeah, 240 totals in a lot of these games. We got some fun games. Kings in a tank off too. Pelicans are 8-point favorites against a team in the NBA is fucking crazy. And then you have good games, right? And then you have fucking OKC Lakers, and then I get to watch hopefully Denny play tonight. I don't have to watch the Shaden Sharp show. God damn, I don't want to watch that shit. So
yeah,
that's bad.
Well, it isn't also. I'm actually going to be watching freaking college basketball for once tonight. Arizona versus number 1 draft pick Peterson, right? So, I mean,
maybe
most draft Twitter's convinced, but you're right. There's still a lot of time until we get there.
They switch a lot.
Wizards Twitter is keyed in on this guy, you know? So I'm like, I got to watch him versus Arizona. Like, that should be even because I was out. And so the whole bar was going crazy for Duke, North Carolina this weekend. There's a big group, I guess, that were alumni or whatever. So that was a sick game. So I've even been catching a little bit more college. You know, I'm not going to start betting on it. Don't worry. But at least paying a little bit of attention before March, you know?
Yeah, I put a video out this morning to do the college because I know we don't talk about it a ton on the show, and just to spite the person who stole my account so I can just keep posting on the account until they just be like, oh, this isn't even worth it. I'm just going to just have this dude spamming me forever, even though it's not spam. It's my actual fucking channel, bitch. Get the fuck off of it. My God. So hopefully that gets solved. But yes, I will definitely say it's going to either be him or DeBanza probably. But I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. I'll probably put some Cole Pete bets out tonight. I really like him tonight against Kansas. I think Arizona fucking smacks him, bro.
He's on the shit list for me. I bet him last time and he failed, so he's banned for life, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. He's really fucking good. He'll be a top, probably 8 pick in the draft. So
hey, I'll be watching. I'm excited.
I think Arizona. I'm kind of nervous with how close that spread is, dude. I know it's in Kansas and it's like it's a great arena and stuff, but shit.
So should I be playing a little Arizona?
Arizona's minus 130, dude, undefeated.
Okay.
They're fucking loaded, bro. That team is loaded.
Okay, interesting. No, I'm excited. I mean, we got a good slate of basketball, like you said. Also, even that college, I'm gonna have that one. Probably no big screen game for this show, but that'll probably be the big screen one tonight. You know.
We'll also put out there, Stu, if you got it. I'm sure you do because you're out east. You can watch the Patino Bowl, which is Rick facing his kid playing coaching at Xavier. So I'm pretty sure Xavier was up 17 points in the first half against St. John's last game, and then St. John's fucking beat him by 15. They just beat the absolute brakes off him in the second half. Now St. John's gets him at the Garden. I think it's going to be – I don't know if I can take a team that's 15.5 points when the dad's the coach of the favorite team. Like, if it's the kid, dude, I'm fucking think the kid will run it up. Yeah, I don't think Rick's going to do it. I almost like leaning Xavier just for the sheer fact that Rick Pitino's old and wants to keep a son in his life, you know?
It's funny. I wonder how many people have had that same exact thought because I'm with you. Like, it's like, you really get to run up on your son. Like, if it's the kid, it's like, yeah, you got to beat dad.
You blow your dad out of the water, dude.
Yeah. But no, he could have some mercy. We could see those bench guys, getting a little bit earlier, get some shots up. So that is funny. Okay. Good basketball slate in general then tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, we will be back on Wednesday. Another decent slate. Should have some good college basketball tomorrow, so obviously pay attention to the channel. I'll be going live for every video now from now on until I get my channel back, hopefully. So I'm just going to go live on every time. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. I think we still got 80 of you guys in here watching an hour in. We appreciate you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the season. The NFL season closed up 55-45, 17 units profit. Thank you guys for sticking with us all the way through the season. Almost that time. We almost got March and MLB season starting up. You're talking about futures. I'm already betting my best balls, getting ready for MLB best ball. It's about that time too. So I'm super excited to start talking that. We obviously have the baseball classic as well. We get to see Team USA get out there and all those fun rosters. So, dude, I don't know, bro. Like Venezuela and some of those teams are just fucking loaded, dude. Like,
are like all the stars playing and stuff again? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I just saw that Churio. I saw that Churio's playing with both Contreras brothers, Sal Perez on that same team, and Acuna. Fuck. That's a hell of a top of the order, but obviously you got Skeens and Scooball on a team. Like, fuck. Good luck.
Scooball just got paid, dude. He's feeling good, He just got
Scooball's probably in the biggest fuck you of his entire life with the Tigers lowballing him. $20 million under what he was asking. What are you doing, bro?
It's not a great move.
Dude deserves every fucking dollar you're paying him. That guy literally brought you to the playoffs on his fucking back, bro. God.
The move for the Tigers should have been Scooball went, I want $30 million. They want, we'll give you 40. Like they should have, because your only shot at keeping them is him doing a Jose Ramirez, like I'll give you a good deal. So you gotta be as nice to him as possible. And then you come out here and offer him, oh my God, 19 mil. It's like, you guys are idiots. Like, I mean, he's gonna be a Dodger, a Met, or whatever, one way or another. But it's just,
it won't matter. The season's over. Once the season's over, we're never gonna see baseball again, probably for 10 years. So.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. In the meantime, you can bet Dodgers, plus 100 to win the MLB. So you'll at least get to celebrate this year, right? World Series champs, baby. Plus 100.
Fucking travesty. But yeah. No comment. Now I just gotta hope that like a small market basketball team wins. So I don't have to deal with that shit. But yeah, it's going to be kind of gross. But we'll be back on Wednesday, guys. Appreciate you supporting as always. Oh, it's for sure happening, bro. There's no way we're playing. So appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you on Wednesday live for another round of Pass the Prop NBA edition.